Hey y'all, today's video is going to be my March recent reads. I'm filming this video early since I'm not going to read anything for the last two days in March. I have read 11 books in this month, which is pretty good for me. Since last month, I didn't read much. The first book I want to talk about is called Canadian Boyfriend by Jenny Holiday, which I gave that book 5 stars. It was about this hockey player and this ballet star who fall in love, and she takes care of his daughter. It was a really, really good read. The next book I want to talk about is Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. This is the first book in a series. I can't remember the name of it right now, but I gave this book 3 stars. The next book I read was my buddy read with B from Mommy Needs to Read Romance. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I read it's called Cheer Up, and it's about these 2 cheerleaders, and it was a really good book. I gave it 5 stars. The next book is called Deanie. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And I gave that book 5 stars. And then the next book I read was called The Worst Speller in Junior High, which I gave that book 5 stars. The next book I read was called Follow My Leader, and I gave that book 5 stars. The next book I read was called One Carefree Day, and I gave that book 4 stars. And the next book I read was called Never Trust a Gemini, and I gave that book 4 stars. And the last book I read was called How You Get the Girl, and I gave that book 5 stars. And the last book I read was called Cut Loose. It's the next book in a duology I read, and I read the first book I think 2 years ago or 1 year ago. I don't remember at this point, but I gave that book 5 stars. And those are all of the 11 books I read in March.